half? I mean, I think they said it's been since 2013 you held TCU to 9. Have you seen anything like that? I mean, what comes into that, and what did you just think overall?
Well, we were great defensively. I mean, who would have thought we shot the ball worse the second half from 2, we shot it worse from 3, and basically held them to 11, and then they get the layup there right at the very end. But yeah, that was exceptional. Now, granted, they didn't have as much depth tonight, so their guys got tired, I thought. But Ryland was terrific, and you know, Shaq is a difference maker defensively. And then everybody else was better the second half. But that was a great effort. I mean, it was a great effort. I don't think we played great by any stretch offensively. Hunt's 5 of 15 and some different things, but defensively, that's about as turned up as I've seen a team for an entire half.
Coach, how does it feel getting the win in conference play after your West Virginia game at home in Allen Fieldhouse?
Yeah, you know what? I've thought about this, and I've always thought this. Allen Fieldhouse is a great home court. But for people that don't really understand and feel out Allen Fieldhouse, there's also more pressure to win here than there is other places, and players feel that. Sometimes we play tight at home, in all honesty. But yeah, the West Virginia, we can't get that back. We need to move on from that. But you got to hold serve at home, and so that was nice. We did that. We didn't do anything special tonight by any stretch, but we did hold serve and hopefully set up a big game on Saturday.
Bill, picking up full court after makes, how much did that contribute to not only your success and what you guys did defensively, but maybe rattle them a little bit? It seemed like
I think when you're playing everybody 33, 35, 37 minutes, you know, the more you make them have to earn things and not give them times where they can rest, I think it makes it harder. And that's one thing we wanted to do. But we actually talked about that a lot in practice, that we were going to try to be different. But I will tell you this: we tried to be different against West Virginia in many ways, and there just wasn't the intensity or what to go do it till the very end. So yeah, I thought that was good, and you'll see more of that moving forward, I think.
will that be part of the, you know, if you can lower your guys' minutes too? Does that coincide with?
I think so, maybe,
Okay.
maybe. But you know, AJ didn't play today. He had a rough 3 minutes, but I thought everybody else did a good job, and Ryland probably needs to play a few more, and Flory needs to play a few more. But you know, Flory kind of labored there the first half. But you know, I still, you know, said what I actually feel. You know, there's 8 guys that you feel comfortable that could be starters out there right now.
The sequence with Shaq having those 2 steals, one after the other, how important was that in galvanizing the team, allowing you to continue that run in the second half?
I think, yeah. I think, you know, to me, if I was going to pick an MVP of the game, I'd pick Shaq. You know, just because of the energy that he brought, and you know, he doesn't score a ton of points, but he makes plays that to me give teams confidence and spark energy as much as anything. And so I thought those were huge plays. And there's other guys that made big plays, but those were the 2 biggest plays probably the second half from a defensive standpoint.
When Zeke first got here, did you anticipate him having the type of impact that he's had? I mean, this.
You know what? I anticipated him having a great chance to start, but I don't know that I anticipated him averaging 16 a game, you know, or whatever he's averaging. He's a really good guard, and he does everything well, getting better defensively. But yeah, he's been terrific. You know, the portal deal is there's a lot of wins in the portal, but there's also some losses in the portal, and nobody bats a 1,000 in that situation. But he's been probably the most impactful transfer that I've coached since I've been here.
You mentioned Ryland needs to play more. Just what did you like about his performance tonight?
Defensively, got his nose dirty. You know, he's not really a playmaking guy, but he got downhill and made a couple of nice passes, really nice, and you know, he still hadn't shot the ball except for UCF like he can shoot it, but but he was more aggressive. So I thought that, you know, I'm getting more and more confidence in him as we keep going.
And rotation-wise, do you feel like you're finding some things there with the three bigs for the two spots and the way the guard rotations are working out?
You know, I think so. AJ hasn't plugged himself into that yet. But I actually think so, because, you know, we thought all along AJ would be KJ's backup. But if you do that, then Flory doesn't play enough. And so yeah, we need to get Flory out there, you know, making some of the athletic plays that he can make. But I'm feeling more comfortable with it. You know, and Diggy hadn't made shots, and he's a good shooter. So I think there's still a lot of room for improvement.
With AJ Storr, what does he kind of need to show to stay on the floor a bit more consistently?
Well, you saw the game. You know, he had a rough 3 minutes. So -7 in 3 minutes, and so yeah, he probably got about what he deserved tonight. So what he needs to stay on the floor is, you know, play to an energy level that it doesn't take away from other people's abilities when he's out there, and sometimes the ball sticks a little bit, but he's a good player. He just hadn't quite figured it out yet. He will.
And saw Marco Jackson shooting around a little bit before the game. Just kind of what's his status right now? How is he progressing?
Well, he's not practicing by any stretch,
Yeah.
but he's doing individuals 1-on-0.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be in contact till the season's over. But he's making really good progress. He'll be 100% unless he has a setback. You know, you would think by March or so.
Halftime, you had down 6, and you'd lost your last home game. So what was the message at halftime, and how were you feeling?
I was feeling great, Gary. You know, I don't think that's the way you look at it. You look at it because something happened in the past, you feel differently today. I don't think that's the way you look at it. I think that's how a losing mentality would look at something. So I was just trying to send a message that, you know, this is what we got to do to win this game. And guys, the guys came out and competed second half. We started that second half on a 10-0, I don't know what it was, 11-0 run, and missed how many good looks. I mean, that could have been a 17-0 run or something like that. So that I was pretty pleased that we played that well and didn't really have near as much to show for it as what I thought we could have.
Saturday, you play Cincinnati. A lot of new guys. Is there any way to use motivation from the Big 12 tournament?
Well, they kicked our ass last year. You know, that we weren't whole. We didn't have Hunt, we didn't have Kevin and all that stuff. But they got a good team. Hey, guys, you understand? Just 10 days ago, they were ranked 15th in the country or whatever. League's good, and you lose a heartbreaker in Manhattan, and then I'm trying to think, who have they had since then?
Baylor, yeah, Arizona and Baylor.
Yeah, and so, I mean, those are hard games. The Arizona game ended up being a 1 or 2 possession game, and we see how good Arizona is. Arizona just went to West Virginia and won by 20. So yeah, they got a good team, and Wes has done a great job. We're gonna have to, we'll have to play from an energy standpoint like we have the last 2 games in order to have a good shot.
What are they known for this year? Defense, or what kind of play?
Well, I would say this is an all-around good basketball team. You know, I think Wes's teams always guard. They run a lot of sets and they score out of their sets, and so, you know, I like their personnel. The kid that just killed us last year was Skillings. You know, yeah, he's a good-looking ball player. I mean, he can score at all 3 levels, and he's got size. But they got a nice team, and certainly when we beat them at our place last year, I don't know how many guys did. Was Kevin still playing then?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. He was. That was a hard game. I mean, that was a game. I don't know what we ended up winning by, but that was a hard game. So we ended up winning by 5. So I'd say last year they certainly got the best of us adding those 2 games together.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. All right, guys.